My Mustang GT had yet another issue. It's been leaking profusely all over the driveway, and well, it had to go into the shop. I was very concerned because it was leaking from the diff, spewing fluid onto my exhaust, and I was worried about that combusting. When I got to the shop, I was told to be warranty fixed by the original powertrain warranty, and you can see here the rear pinion seal is leaking, which they replaced, and now the car is all fixed up. And that brings us to right here, right now, back in Wisconsin. Picked the car up yesterday, extremely rainy, and the car is sat outside. Look how filthy the car has ended up, all of that. So the car has yet another issue. I believe this is issue number 5, and the 5th time it's been taken into the shop to have something fixed and warranty claimed. It's a 25,000 mile, 4-year-old car. I think that's a little ridiculous that the car has had that many things go wrong with it. I've been very mild with this car. It's a sports car, it's going to be driven, I'm going to drive it, rev it out, and have fun with it. The most solid part of this car is the motor, and that's the thing that's been abused the most out of everything. You guys get to see maybe 1 or 2% where maybe I'm using the clutch a little more harshly, revving the car out a little bit more, taking turns fast, maybe burning some tires, stuff like that. That's 1, maybe 2% of driving that I've done with the car. And it having all of these issues is kind of ridiculous. Now, the reason I bought this car, the reason I'm so upset that things are breaking, is because this is meant to be a daily driver. This car is meant to serve a bunch of different purposes, and the Mustang checked every single box on the list when I was going to buy a daily driver. It was in the budget, it was comfortable, reliable, practical, and sensible, which might not make sense to a lot of you because you're like, how does that car tick any of those boxes? For me, it ticked every single one of them. But with the car breaking, it's now no longer practical, but it's also mainly not sensible. The car is meant to be something that I can drive, something that's not going to be in the shop all the time, but that's exactly what it's become. Now, it's not like the car is permanently sat in the shop to weeks on end, but I mean, I did have it missing for nearly 4 months last year. So my transmission just blew up. I'm not sure what to do. And well, the odds of that happening are pretty low, but what happens when my factory warranty goes out and my extended warranty goes out and I decide to keep the car? These things are going to end up costing me $400 for a seal like that, maybe like $300 for the sensor like that, and I can do the work myself, save a bunch of money, but then that takes away from the sensibility of the car. The car no longer is serving the purpose I bought it for. To drive, not have any issues, enjoy, and just put miles on. Now, the car still isn't that bad. It's had a few things, we got over it. It might have something again in the future, but right now the car is fully sorted and ready to go. Here's the paperwork. Customer leak concern, verified leak, rear pinion seal on the rear differential seems to be leaking, recommended that the diff pinion seal to be replaced. That's exactly what they did, and there's all the warranty items right there. Now, I was quoted before they did the warranty check about $400 for this. I didn't have to pay a single dime because it's under factory warranty. But if it wasn't in factory warranty and the car was a 2018, I would have had to pay $400 or at least a $100 deductible with my extended warranty. The car shouldn't have issues like this in 25,000 miles. Am I going to be selling the car? Because I've had a hard time and bouncing it back and forth. Last year, I wasn't able to sell the car. But this time, I think that we are going to officially list it for sale and commit to selling the car. Last year, the car was gone for 4 months. When I got the car back last year, I said I was going to sell it. I had made my mind, and then I received the keys and I drove it, and I just was like, I can't sell it. Now we're here a year later, and it's not that I'm over the car, but I'm ready to move on to something better. When I do get a quote-unquote replacement for this car, it's going to be something that is an upgrade from this, but it's not going to be my daily driver. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice something now to get something better in the future. So I'm not saying that it's officially going to be for sale, but I'm officially saying that it's going to be for sale. Did that make any sense? I don't think it did. I'm like not 100% sure I'm gonna sell the car, but I'm like 99% sure that we're going to try to sell the car. The dealership offered just a little bit less than I want for this car. If they bump their offer up just a little bit, this car wouldn't be sitting in the driveway right now. And there is no reason why right now this car should be worth what it is right now. But then when you look at a new Mustang, the same spec, it would come out to nearly a $60,000 vehicle before sticker markups, which is insanity. New cars are expensive, used cars are expensive. How long can this last? I don't know, and I don't really want to find out with this car still in the garage. Because all of a sudden, if this car goes from somewhere around 40,000 to somewhere around 30,000, you know, that's a $10,000 loss. So when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense to let this car go right now. And I think a lot of people would agree with me that this would be the sensible option. And I'm seeing a bunch of people list their cars for sale. The market is down right now though. So with all of that said, we had another issue, we fixed another issue, and I think that's the last issue that I want to deal with. I'd love to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because if we do end up selling this car, well, let's just say the upgrade is going to be a lot better.